Canelo Alvarez has been spotted in camp landing explosive knockout punches, showing sharp accuracy and fight-ending power ahead of Terence Crawford. However, Amir Khan, who faced both men, said Canelo is easier to hit with slow feet but quick hands and heavy shots, while Crawford looks strong at 180 pounds and fresher overall.
I'm the only guy to share the ring with both guys, and I always said, look, both fighters are great. They're both great at what they do. I thought Canelo, he was easier to hit. He had slow feet, but fast hands. I never expected him to have the fast hands he had. And obviously, he has a lot of power. So that's one thing Crawford has to worry about, the size and the power. But then again, I saw a picture of Crawford where he was weighing around about 180 pounds, looked strong, looked big. And I think he holds the weight well. And he's another fighter that's very strong, very powerful. So, you know what? I do lean more towards Crawford in this fight because he's the more fresher fighter. He's not been in too many wars like Canelo's been in. But look, like I said, this is a top level boxing. So I don't know who's gonna win. But like I said, I do lean more towards Crawford.
Moreover, Andy Ruiz felt the jump to 168 could be tough for Crawford, stressing that Canelo's pressure and countering might overwhelm him, though he admitted boxing is unpredictable.
I don't know, it might be hard for Crawford since it's gonna be his first time fighting at 168, right? At 168. Right. We don't know how he's going to move. I don't know if he's going to be that fast. I don't know if he's going to be able to handle his pressure, because Canelo's really good at pressuring, coming forward, slipping, countering. But, nobody believed in me when I was going to fight Anthony Joshua that I was going to win. So anything could happen, especially in this sport of boxing.
So you think he wins by points or a KO?
Canelo? Yeah. It's crazy because he could win by a knockout, and Crawford could probably win by moving around and making the fight a little difficult for Canelo. But like I said, anything could happen.
However, Canelo's training has displayed vicious hooks, crisp combinations, and the intent to finish with one punch, reminding everyone of his knockout threat. His workouts also highlight steady pressure, slick defense, and sharp head movement, proving he is balancing speed with power at super middleweight. Furthermore, Joel Diaz predicted Crawford would lose but not get stopped, saying Canelo has handled bigger punchers and will adjust once he feels no real threat.
He's going to walk away with the loss. He's not gonna get knocked out, I guarantee you, because he's smart. He's gonna survive the fight because he's really smart. He's gonna give Canelo a little bit of trouble in the first round, but then once Canelo feels that he can't get hurt, come on, Canelo's been hit by the heaviest hitter in boxing, Triple G, and never got hurt. He got hit by the ball, never got hurt. A 175 pounder.
Fernando Vargas Jr. called Crawford highly skilled, but noted Canelo's decline in volume, praising Crawford's respect and intelligence from sparring experiences.
Everybody has their own take, right? Crawford's the best skilled fighter ever. Canelo has power, he's on his decline. It's interesting because Canelo, doesn't throw as many punches as he used to. They say he's on his decline. Crawford, he's a very skillful fighter, very smart. I've actually had the opportunity to spar with Crawford, and it's always respect between me and Crawford. Me and my family may not get along with the Davises or his stable mates. Yeah. But at the end of the day, whenever we see Crawford, he'll go out of his way to say hi to my dad, to myself. So it's always respect with him. And I have a lot of respect for Crawford and what he's done.
He added that at 168, Canelo's strength could be decisive unless Crawford fights a perfect elusive style, otherwise risking a late stoppage.
I just feel there's respective weight classes for a reason. You saw Canelo when he moved up to 175 when he fought Bivol. You saw what happened there. Yeah. And I just feel Crawford is one of the best fighters ever. And he could fight in any respective weight class. He could fight in any generation in his respective weight class. I feel Canelo's going to be too much. I feel in the early rounds, he could catch him with shots. Maybe Canelo will get frustrated by picking him up the way Canelo always gets frustrated. But I just feel Canelo will find him out. I think in the 8th, 9th, 10th round, the championship rounds, I believe he could stop him or if not, get him out of there. I just think it's the weight, bro. My whole thing is, can Crawford take Canelo's best punch? If he could do that, and he has to fight a perfect game plan, like Benavidez, but like Benavidez's dad said, it's gonna be a Tom and Jerry type of fight, which I feel it'll be a Tom and Jerry fight if Crawford wins.
Vargas Jr. also warned that trading with Canelo would be the wrong move, predicting Canelo edges the fight, though. Boxing always carries surprises.
If he sits there and wants to, exchange with Canelo, I feel that's not the right game plan. But I feel both know everything's on the line, pride, your country behind you, everything, right? So
Right.
I think both fighters are going to be in the best shape of their life. And regardless of what the critics have to say, we're going to see September 13th what happens. I feel Canelo's going to be a little too much for Crawford, but and I see Canelo pulling it through. But this is boxing and things can happen. So we're in for a great fight.
Sean Porter said Crawford has been adding size properly, unlike others who rush divisions, and believes the fight will be tightly contested.
Getting in the ring with Canelo Alvarez, Terrence is not going to see anything that he hasn't seen before. No, he hasn't seen this beast on fight night, but he's seen versions of this beast for a very, very, very long time. Another thing to note is people have said that he's a blown-up 147-pound fighter. If you remember, he said it was hard for him to make 147 when he fought Errol Spence Jr. I was like, yo, how is that possible? I didn't realize he was really doing everything that's needed to gain the weight properly. Most fighters don't know how to gain weight and fit into a weight class properly. He's done that. So it's going to be a great fight.
Regis Prograis compared Crawford's move to Jermell Charlo's, noting how quickly Canelo's power dropped him, stressing the weight gap matters.
Jermell was undisputed at 154, and Canelo hit him, and Jermell was like, hell no, Jermell took a knee. So it's a big difference. And Crawford had that one fight at 154, and he didn't, Madrimov would touch him up a little bit. And this is nowhere close to Madrimov. You talk about Canelo. Now, if it was just another bigger guy, I would go with Crawford. But you talk about this might be, people might kill me for it, but well, not really, but this might be the best Mexican fighter ever. One of them, at least, right? You talk about Canelo and Crawford going up against him.
He acknowledged Crawford's talent and Canelo's aging, but still favored Canelo's size and durability, while admitting a Crawford win would be historic.
The only thing they have, but I would say the only thing he has going for him is he's a skillful fighter, and Canelo is older, but so is Crawford too. I think Crawford is 37, 38, something like that. Canelo's 36, so they both are older right now. But man, I don't personally see it. Now, a lot of people see that Crawford can beat Canelo. It's just like that punch resistance is something else. They make weight classes for a reason. If he could beat him, man, I think he on the Mount Rushmore of fighters if Crawford can pull this off. But I don't see it.
Israel Madrimov praised both as pound-for-pound stars, highlighting Crawford's adaptability, stance switching, and danger at any range if he doesn't bulk up unnecessarily.
Perspective, having fought Terrence, him now fighting Canelo, moving up 2 more weight classes to fight a lot bigger guy.
Сейчас всем интересно вот это бой, потому что они занимают паунд-по-паунду. Кроуфорд, у Кроуфорда есть высокий IQ, и обоих стойках он может боксировать, он можно давить и бегать, и даже ближний бой тоже может. Поэтому мне тоже интересно, если он не набирает лишний вес, может тоже выиграть это. Есть шанс.
Antonio Tarver called this the biggest boxing event in years, backing Terrence Crawford while admitting Canelo Alvarez is his toughest challenge yet. He added that Crawford might also be Canelo's hardest opponent, saying September 13th will reveal who truly stands on top.
We had to beat somebody in the top 10. So let's get him in there with somebody in the top 10.
That's one from me, Antonio. Canelo Crawford, I just want to get your thoughts on that fight, please. We're only a few weeks away now.
Yeah, it's a major fight, man. The biggest in a long time. If you've been following Tarver's take, you know I'm Bud County all the way. But this is going to be the toughest fight, the best fighter Bud has ever been in the ring with. And arguably, this could be the best fighter Canelo has ever been in the ring with. We'll find out which one is which on September 13th.